takes courage to get you outside of the box. It takes courage to be successful. It takes courage to win. People don't talk about people that don't win. If you win, they're going to talk about you. Do you have the courage?
Today, we are about to get to the bottom of what's really happening with XRP. First off, have you noticed there is some sort of lie spiraling around the government's true intentions with XRP and CBDCs? It's like they want to say they are working with XRP or looking into the applications of the coin, but they don't want the public to catch on to that. What's up with that? Additionally, we are seeing so much volatility on the downside despite all the increase in the fundamentals, especially with cryptos such as XRP. So why are we seeing all this adverse price action? By the end of this video, you'll likely have a more vivid and clear picture of what exactly is happening in the crypto world. So without any further delay, let's get started. As always, we welcome you to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get updates when we drop new videos. And don't forget to smash that like button. And remember, you can always leave a comment or question in the section down below. We start up with this tweet from Ashley. I don't really think it will have a significant impact on XRP's price action or the case itself. This motion has to do with the motion about the attorney fees that relate to the late filed expert discovery motion by the SEC. Both Ripple and the SEC were told by the court on how much they are planning to pay the expert to draft his new report. But if you remember clearly, the last time that this was supposed to be due, they only ended up extending the date. Anyway, I just wanted to show it so you can keep your eye out for this motion, because it might or might not amount to something that could potentially have an effect on XRP's price. This short interview gives a detailed description of the future of the financial space. Fed Vice Chair Lael Brainard talks about walled gardens and private innovative solutions, which really, in other words, she's talking about XRP. And as you all know, word choices mean everything, especially when it comes to the investment space. To that effect, Lael talks about specific words in this video, and it's actually the agenda of Ripple. Ripple has been talking about acting as a bridge currency that will essentially break down walled gardens. And Lael ends up talking about that in the same words. Then Ripple also has a private RippleNet ledger that makes it easier for banks to partner with this financial institution. The future is getting clearer by the day, and without a doubt, XRP will wind up being on top, whether we like it or not. Guys, it's high time that we all open our eyes to the future of XRP and how this is going to affect the future of our crypto space. We need a neutral layer where all these different CBDCs and stablecoins can interact flawlessly, and that is in the RippleNet space. This crypto network is already on the forefront of innovation and will likely be the future of the internet payment method. Through XRP, you can easily solve interoperability, which will soon become an issue once CBDCs are launched. That's why we need a neutral ground, which all governments and organizations can trust and ensure the future of the crypto world is secure. What's even more interesting, Lael even goes on to say that this network will likely be a private innovation. Ripple is a private company. Guys, you don't need to be a genius to put one and one together here. It's crystal clear that the Fed will likely use XRP to usher in the next phase of the financial world, CBDCs and interoperability. RippleNet will definitely work as a neutral settlement layer that will not take any sides. We need to accept the fact that XRP and RippleNet is here to stay. And pretty soon, this network is going to go mainstream despite the current suppression happening in the world. Something else I want to show you is this tweet from Tehol Bedict XRP that talks about Ripple continuing to be a member of the Federal Reserve's Faster Payments Council 2021 Board Advisory Group, as well as Ripple Partners Catalyst FCU and American Express. Well, we can all agree that there's been a lot of Fed talk around Ripple's narratives. It's interesting how Ripple is on the Fed's Board of Advisors. Ripple is directly advising the Federal Reserve on how they can upgrade their payment system to a more neutral and technological savvy option. It's evident that Ripple is educating the Fed to build a better payment system. And it's even more interesting how when the Fed is brought before Congress, they use the same talking points as Ripple. We can almost tell that Ripple will be heavily involved in building the new system from what's going on. Soon enough, we will hear the Fed use Ripple and XRP without having to mask things. This day is coming, guys. Mark my words. The craziest part is just how well this Fed narrative fits with every other narrative making the rounds on the internet. Look at a tweet from Blockworks. It talks about how Russia's Ministry of Finance is discussing crypto in international settlements. We can all agree that crypto brings solutions to the table to modern problems that traditional banking systems cannot solve. There's no way the current payment infrastructure can move money as fast and efficiently as cryptos. And this is the exact reason why in one of our previous videos we talked about how the MasterCard CEO mentioned in one of his interviews that SWIFT might not be in the picture in the coming 5 years. I would like to insist on this again. Remember that MasterCard is a Ripple partner. They know well that with RippleNet solutions, they can easily replace SWIFT, potentially wiping it off the face of the earth. Since there are already some conversations going on with the Fed, they already know what changes we should expect. I have a good feeling that they are just waiting for the right time to drop the bomb on us. But the question is, will you be ready once we move to the new system? It's safe to say that this is what ISO 20022 revolves around. Guys, we have different topics today. Do financial traders legally steal money from you? Whether we like it or not, everyone involved in this game is more likely either 90% of the loser or a part of the 10% of the winners. Whatever we call it, this market has a very luxurious appearance, but inside it, it's very tough and rough and ruthless with gangsters with masked ties, or it looks like a forest or the sea. The strong ones usually survive. Our money is usually circulated through our accounts to eventually be transferred to the account of someone who knows the rules of the game well or maybe owns the playing field. Is it true that banks, exchanges, or hedge funds steal your money? Maybe they can do. But in order to understand this, you need to understand the basis of current financial systems and how it operates, and how the money is being generated. Money in worlds are merely numbers saved on the hard disk of the bank servers. The account balance that you see on your bank mobile app or bank website is not actually money. It's just bytes or bits of a computer system. Let me start with this example. Suppose you deposit $1 million US into your bank account. The balance of your account that your account statement, mobile bank app, bank website will show you is $1 million US. But actually, the bank will not keep that money within itself. It will lend that money as a loan to other people and will earn profits every day, every month, and every year. Now, the bank has already given your money to someone else as a loan, and the bank doesn't have those funds, but it will lie to you and it will show you your account balance is $1 million US, where in actuality, those funds are already being consumed by someone else. This concept is known as fractional reserve, which means that banks, like 80 to 90% or even more, up to 98%, can lend the deposited money. So that means if you have $1 million or billions of dollars in the bank, and if you go to the bank and ask for all of your money in one go, they won't be able to return your money to you since they don't have it with them. Or in another example, the centralized exchanges where we usually trade digital currencies. So far, we have noticed how many traders in the futures market have been liquidated and how much big money the exchanges put in their pockets through this. They have access to the information of all traders at the same time, and usually with the huge capital they have, with advanced possibilities and tools, overcome most traders. As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. We continue to pray for the people of Ukraine. Let's stop the war. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. You can let us know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and please click on that subscribe button below. And be sure to turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next Money Side.